I would also love a podcast on like events. I think like especially after watching like the Firefly documentary, I just have like so many questions on like, okay, like this is what happens when everything goes wrong. I'm really interested in just like
I
the
could talk
event
about that for
industry.
days. I don't really have much experience in retrospect. I only have about 6-7 months, but
You've probably seen.
I can talk about it for days.
It seems like an interesting space to me. I just don't know I don't know how the economics work. I don't know like how like a good plan thing looks like. All these.
There is no good plan. There is no good plan. Just because
part of the magic, though.
Yeah, one, it's just like you have to realize the people in the event space are very eccentric people most of the time. They are people who like a lot of money, like a lot of drugs, like to drink, and like to like go out for most of the time. So everything's last. There is a great plan and great idea, but when development starts coming, there's so much wasted money on things being late, things being like lost and stuff like that, or people not doing their jobs, or like people coming late. Right. It's just like it's the event space is interesting because of the people who work in it, for sure. Is what I've come to realize.
That makes it sense.
But then again, there's different parts of like the event space. Like, you know, I'm sure the experiences I had like in music festivals and like beer shows and anything related to like liquor and stuff like that is different from like a corporate,
right?
You know, like because event space could be even like you know, when your teachers leave for like 3 or 4 days because they have to go to a training, that's considered an event too. Those issues are probably different compared to ours.
Absolutely.
But so which could be another topic, but at least in my experience, like the issues really come from the people themselves.
Right.
Imagine being a wedding planner. That must be the worst.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah, for sure. Like
especially bridezillas. I would just like.
Oh my god.
It's not even bridezillas. It's the mothers of brides that get into it. Deep, from what I've heard. So I could talk about events for days.
Man.
I should do that. I'm sure I could get some of my ex-coworkers to come on.
I would love to.
That would be a very long podcast. We could talk about that for days.
So wild. Yeah, when I was watching the Firefly thing, and I'm like, every time you see Ja Rule, I'm like, you're never working. Like, he was just always like, drink like, this is going to be I'm like, when are you doing work?
But think about that. But that's like, that's the funny thing is that is reality, though.
That's
no,
crazy.
I'm so serious. That is reality. And like the wasted money is because there's so many things we could have done ourselves that we just hire other people to do it because we're just lazy. Or we just know we're going to be hungover from because on top of that, because of the culture that it's in, is that like, you know, you show the your client, you know, your activation of the event space, and like it's the night before the, you know, the big night, and they're like, oh, let's go grab some drinks. Right. You end up blacking out with your client, and then like you're hungover the next day, you're late, and then things don't happen. One of the bartenders or your activation is not there, then that sale goes, and it's just the culture of it.
This is where Jetpack Turbo comes in. The new exclusive membership for event planners.
It's so much.
Do you need that last bottle of champagne?
Yeah.